What up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Raw Talk, WWE Talk, all that good stuff in the book talk. Um, man, it was a crazy weekend, man. So my original plan was today's Tuesday, right? So my original plan was yesterday. I was going to do, I was going to cover Money in the Bank and um, SmackDown. That's what it was. I was going to do Money in the Bank and SmackDown yesterday, and then today I was going to do Raw and NXT because NXT had their PLE as well. They had Heat Wave, which was fire. So I was going to do that, but that didn't end up happening. So I think instead I'm going to talk a little bit of Money in the Bank, maybe, and I'm going to talk about Raw that happened today. Just so we can get a sense of what happened today on today's show, which was a big show for a couple of reasons. One big obvious reason, but basically, Money in the Bank. So I think I'm going to do another one tomorrow because I'm supposed to technically get off at 11 because I worked later yesterday. So yesterday I was supposed to work till 11:30 or something like that. No, I was supposed to work till 12:30. But then I ended up staying because something happened at work. I had to stay later, so I'm off today. And then my manager was like, "Well, you could work tomorrow." Um, and then I could. She said I can get off at 11, but somebody has summer school tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to get out at 11. I don't know if I'm going to get out at the time I'm supposed to get out originally because I was supposed to originally get out at 3, but I was promised to leave early. But I don't know if I can leave early now, so we'll see. So if I can leave early, or we'll see what happens tomorrow. I might do NXT show, the NXT show, and talk about Heat Wave because I know the hour. I'm not trying to do the hour long stuff. It's a lot to always talk about, but I do want to talk about Heat Wave because Heat Wave was really good, and I feel like there's going to be a thing tonight at NXT that's big enough to talk about the show tonight and that happened on Sunday. So we'll see what happens with that. I might still do it because it's at 1. I think her thing's at 1, and she'll probably be back by 1:30. So I could probably leave at then, and then do the video. So I might be all right. I'm not leaving at 3. So I'm supposed to be originally to 3. I'm not. I'm leaving way before 3, way before 2. So we'll see what happens with that. So Money in the Bank in a nutshell was pretty decent. I thought it was good, but it wasn't crazy. Not like Heat Wave. Heat Wave was fire. But Money in the Bank opened with the Money in the Bank. A lot of people thought Jey Uso was going to win, but it didn't happen. Drew McIntyre did end up winning because there was a story to be have told later on in the show. Good stuff. Mello looked like a star. Andrade looks really good in this. Everybody looks really good, but those were the two standouts. Jay was about to grab that briefcase. Him and Chad Gable had some stuff going on a little bit, and they had a match on Raw. But yeah, Jay was about to grab that briefcase. Drew McIntyre threw a ladder at his gut, and he fell, hit him with a claymore. Drew McIntyre climbs the Money in the Bank. He's Mr. Money in the Bank. Good stuff. Next match, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Something else that happened on Raw. We'll talk about that in a second. But uh, again, very good match. Toronto's is Sami Zayn's hometown. A lot of people were betting on Braun Breaker. I was not one of those people. And I'll say why, and again explains what happened later on Raw. But Sami Zayn did get that win. 1, 2, 3, haluva kick, one hell of a kick, and he does beat Braun Breaker, who was tearing him up during the whole match a little bit. Uh, he went for that spot from last week where he tried to spear him, but he jumped out the way. But this time, Bron, he caught himself. Um, and yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. He caught himself. They did some ring post stuff where Ron ran to the ring steps. So, the whole good stuff like that. That was a good match. Sami Zayn, haluva kick. I think he did something to Braun like at a barricade or something like that and brought him inside. So it wasn't crazy. Hit him with a haluva kick and he wins. Good stuff. Next up is match number 3. It is the World Heavyweight Championship match. It is Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. This match was good. There was a little mess up, little hiccup. That people just want to keep reminding everybody that because the match was really good, and then they were doing a spot where Seth Rollins he hits Priest in the back of elbow, catches him with the Falcon Arrow. Of course, it's a 1-2 kick out. Woo, kick out. Yeah, Damian Priest didn't kick out, so that was a whole thing that happened. I nobody knows if I think it was just a mistake. I think that might have Damian Priest might have accidentally got knocked out a little bit, so he couldn't kick out. He was probably out of it for those couple of seconds. The ref didn't count the 3, obviously for reasons, because if it would have counted 3, it would have been 1-on-1, and then it would have been a whole weirder thing that you probably didn't want to do because you wanted the match to be Gunther versus Priest. And I'm assuming they probably want that match at SummerSlam to probably be a triple threat match with Damian Priest, CM Punk, or with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre without the title. That would be my guess. But stuff happens. I still think it was a good match. Despite that part, and then of course Drew McIntyre comes out with the Money in the Bank like he said he would. He's taking out Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is taking him out. And then I think Damian Priest gets Seth Rollins out, and then Drew McIntyre gets the upper hand. He's about to win, and then of course CM Punk takes out Drew McIntyre, beats him up, tears him out, gets the World Heavyweight title, hits Drew McIntyre in the face with it. South of heaven. Damian Priest is still World Heavyweight Champion. Seth Rollins is not happy about it, and again, talk about that in a second. Yeah, good, solid match. Despite the ending, or despite that little part that happened, it is what it is. And we move on. After that is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This match was super creative. I think this was probably the best match of the night. It was very, very creative spots. There was a spot where Naomi was between two ladders, and she was like split in between both ladders, and then she ended up hitting the DDT on Io Sky, I think it was. There was some moonsaults with the ladders. Cool high spot where Io Sky power bombs Zoe Stark on another ladder. Chelsea Green MVP of the whole thing, where everybody's out trying to get a ladder, and then Chelsea Green's trying to climb up the ladder, trying to jump up, try to get the briefcase from like that. And then she tries to set the ladder because she's scared of ladders, and I think the reason was from like a TNA version where she goes on the top of the ladder and she falls off the ladder and goes through a couple of tables. So the whole match was her trying to overcome her fear, like when she's by herself, trying to go up the ladder, but she's kind of scared. She doesn't want to do it, so she wants to try to find different ways to climb the ladder. In the end, though, she finally lets go of her fear of ladders, and then deja vu happens. Tiffany Stratton pushes her off the ladder. She goes through the tables, and Tiffany Stratton ends up being Miss Money in the Bank. Tiffy in the Bank. She goes on and wins, and she's going to cash in on Bayley at SummerSlam after Bayley beats Nia Jax. That's going to happen, so expect that. Also, Trish Stratus was there. She is the host. She comes out. She brings out John Cena. Everybody's happy. John Cena though is retiring next year. 2025 is going to be his last year. He's going to wrestle throughout the whole year. Royal Rumble. He's going to be there for Netflix. Elimination Chamber. Uh, WrestleMania and beyond. He said in press conference he's wrestling the whole year, not just until WrestleMania. And after that, he's gonna ride off into the sunset. So a lot of people want to wrestle John Cena for his last match. So we'll see what happens with that. And then the main event, the 6-man tag, it happens like how it was supposed to happen. Jacob Fatu is the GOAT. Solo Sikoa pins Cody Rhodes. They're in the hometown of Kevin Owens, so Kevin Owens got a lot of anger out on a lot of people, but of course, he gets worked in. In the end, there's a spot where Randy Orton was about to. He has a Jacob Fatu and he hits his draping DDT, and he's like, I'm Randy Orton, go worship me. But of course, those Samoans got those hard heads. So that did not phase Jacob Fatu at all. He goes up, Randy Orton goes down, is about to do his thing, and then he kind of looks up slowly and see Jacob Fatu. He's like, oh, hard head, you're right. Forgot about that. So that was fun stuff. In the end, though, Jacob Fatu hits a whisper in the wind on Cody Rhodes. I think he takes out Randy Orton on the thing. Tangaloa double botches. He botches one low blow on Kevin Owens, and then he botches another one where he hits his brother in the head, but then also low blows him, which is hilarious. But yeah, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu holds him, hits him with a spike. Solo Sikoa pins the WWE champion, and that ends the show. And yeah, I thought it was good stuff. I thought the women's Money in the Bank ladder match was the highlight of the whole thing. Probably followed by, what was the opening match? What did I say the opening match was? That was the men's Money in the Bank. Was that? Maybe the IC title match, and then the 6-man tag match, then the first match. No, then the Damian Priest match, and then the men's Money in the Bank was alright, especially what happened at the end of it. So we're going to Raw. Raw opens with your CM Punk. I was gonna say with your champion, but it wasn't the champion. It was CM Punk. CM Punk pretty much says, "Hey, turnaround's fair play. You sit on you out here harming my family name. You did all this stuff to me, and this is called karma. What goes around comes around." He says actions have consequences, and then Seth Rollins comes out because CM Punk wanted Drew McIntyre because he got suspended because of what happened on the after show where Drew McIntyre is going crazy. He wants CM Punk, but instead he's knocking out referees. He's elbowing the ref in the face, or he's elbowing a scrap daddy in the face. So he gets fined and suspended indefinitely. And CM Punk is like, nah, lift the suspension. I want some of Drew McIntyre so I could whoop that ass. But instead of Adam Pearce, of course, Seth Rollins comes out and he's pretty much saying that, look, I don't understand why CM Punk keeps getting involved in my business. He's like, when he first came, I let it slide. He's like, now we have problems. And then CM Punk was like, look, I gave you the first time we had this interaction, you was mad. I gave you a pass the first time. Now, don't make me mad. And so they was going back and forth. And Seth was mad because he's like, okay, Drew McIntyre, I understand. Hey, he got Money in the Bank. Refs see things, some stuff happens. Like, you getting yourself involved in my business. I don't understand why you keep thinking everything revolves around you. It doesn't. Get out my business. And Punk kind of was like, at first it was like, look, I understand. That's on me. I'm sorry, but he talks about what happened to Drew McIntyre when he in his hometown when he took his bracelet, and he said it might not mean a lot to everybody, but it meant something to him. For his wife and his dog that he did that. He said so he apologizes, but he was like, if it was anybody else but you, but it's you, I don't apologize. I don't care about nothing. And then Rollins was like, hey, remember what you said. Actions have consequences. Um, CM Punk was saying ratings took a dip because Drew McIntyre was on television. Um, so yeah, it was a good opening thing. Like I said earlier, I think they're going to do CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. It would be interesting. It would be interesting if CM Punk. I know. Don't hate me, guys. Don't hate me. It would be interesting though if CM Punk got that world title. Maybe he wins that SummerSlam match. You know what I mean? There was a triple threat between him, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins. CM Punk he gets that pin on maybe Drew McIntyre, maybe Seth Rollins, who knows? And he inserts himself into that title picture. Maybe a Damian Priest he beat Gunther, and maybe they want to try to do something going on, and somehow they try to cost CM Punk like CM Punk has cost them, but it backfires and CM Punk ends up with that world title. Jeez, that might be fire. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm just saying. Throwing out ideas. That'd be interesting stuff. Next up is Jey Uso versus Chad Gable. Uh, Jey Uso is ridiculously over. Um, you kind of expect this would happen. They would have the match. It would go back and forth a little bit. Chad Gable gets the upper hand, and then the lights go out. He gets distracted. Spear from Jey Uso. Uso gets the win, and then as soon as he hears that music, Jey Uso goes yee, and then he's out of there. So that was hilarious. Chad Gable also gets out of there. He moves back, takes a step back, couple steps back, and then the guy in the crowd was like, "Oh my God, Chad Gable, look!" And he kind of looks back and he stumbles back. That was hilarious. Nikki Cross again. She's there. She sees uh, your boy Pat McAfee. She gives him the tape. He said, "I don't want nothing to do with this." He's like, "It's another play me tape." He gives it to Michael Cole, who gives it to somebody who's like, "Run it back. What's this up? What are we talking about right now?" So while that's happening, Jackie is backstage with Sheamus. He talks about celebrating 15 years, and then Bronson Reed comes in. He's saying Sheamus should stop ducking challenges and challenges him. He tells him to watch what he does to Pete Dunne later. And Pete Dunne and Sheamus, brawling boots type stuff, and that was kind of echoed during this match. Um, so that was fun stuff. This match was also fun stuff. They let Pete Dunne beat Pete Dunne a little bit. They announced on the commentary that my boy Tyler Bate he got injured during the match last week, so he's going to be out for a little bit. So they're gonna use Pete Dunne, which is great because we love Pete Dunne around here in these streets. They're going to use him more, and they let Pete Dunne beat Pete Dunne. He did lose, but it was the fact that he looked good, and hopefully they keep giving him matches. They let him show that we got the bruiserweight on our hand. After the match, uh, he takes him out, hits a tsunami. He goes to go for another like a bonsai. He beats him up a little bit, goes for like I think like a bonsai drop or something like that. But Sheamus comes out, makes the save. They double team Bronson Reed, and then Sheamus was like, "Oh, we're cool," and then Pete Dunne was like, "No, we're not. We're not cool." So he pushes him out the way, kind of looks at him. Crowd's kind of booing Pete Dunne a little bit, and he leaves. But I know why he's booing He's booing. They're booing him. I know why he's mad at Sheamus. You changed my name to Butch. Not Butch. I'm Pete Dunne. I'm the GOAT. I'm nice with it. You left me. You left us. You didn't come back. We don't like you in the streets. And I'm not mad at it. So that's good stuff. To get him away from the IC title thing for right now, because he's not going to be IC champion. So so that's going to be good stuff. Speaking of the IC champion, Sami Zayn comes out because there's some other stuff that happened before that, but we're gonna talk about that later. Sami Zayn comes out, and this is what I was saying that something that I'm glad that happened. Uh, Sami Zayn pretty much came out and he was like, I'm tired of people doubting me. I know I was an underdog before, but this title of underdog for me, like, that's no longer a thing. You can't do that to me no more. Because, like, I've been in high profile matches. I've been with the best. I've main evented WrestleMania. I've won titles at WrestleMania. I just toppled Gunther. Like, you can't. I'm not an underdog no more. I'm the Intercontinental Champion. Like, stop comparing me to an underdog. So that was something that he needed to do. And then also something with Braun Breaker. He comes out, of course, and he gets on the mic. He was like, "Hey, I got a little bit of respect for you." He's like, something that all these cowards in the back, they're scared to fight me, but you're not. So, I can't fight for the IC title no more. Why would I get a rematch? Because, and then he just spears Sami Zayn. Just spears him, beats him up, takes him out. And then the refs come. The refs and officials come and stuff like, Braun, stop doing that. He goes back, goes beats him up again. He goes out. Adam Pearce. Oh my God, how did he fall for that? Adam Pearce is talking about, hey, you can't be doing that. You're not right. and then he just goes, and then Braun goes, hey, what's that? So Pearce looks, he turns around, runs around, boom, spear. Sami Zayn. Like a Judgment Day song. Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was the best part of the whole segment. And then Ilya Dragunov comes out. He's not happy about it. Uh, and then yeah, they're backstage. Sami Zayn is getting checked on, and Ilya's like, "What was that?" It's like, "What was that? Give me Braun Breaker tonight." And he's like, "You want Braun Breaker? You get Braun Breaker." So we got Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov freebies. We like those. Next up was the 6-man tag match between the Judgment Day and uh, Braun Strowman and Awesome Truth. Again, we'll talk about some more stuff that happened later, which was good stuff. But you know, fortunately, thankfully, the Judgment Day, they win. The Judgment Day come out first, and then Awesome Truth comes out. They do their little dance to their stick, they're all that good stuff like that. But then Judgment Day was like, Braun Strowman's not out here right now. We're gonna beat them up. So that's what they did. They beat him up. Then Braun Strowman came out, and then Braun Strowman can't run, but he was chasing after Carlito. He takes out Carlito. They're going to the side, and then they hit double AAs because of respect. Oh, also CM Punk, he did show respect to John Cena in the beginning of his promo. He did give him respect. He said respect to your thing, to your legacy. He said he wants to one day down the road in that year square up one more time. Give me John Cena versus CM Punk. Yes, please. John Cena versus CM Punk. John Cena versus Gunther. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. John Cena versus McIntyre. John Cena versus AJ Styles. John Cena versus Gunther. John Cena versus Ilya Dragunov. John Cena versus Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns again. Fuck it, do it again. I don't care. Versus who else? Damian Priest to do it versus who else is Carmelo Hayes? Yeah, do some of that. Yeah, we like those. Versus Logan Paul, we like those. Give me some of that. Yeah, we like those. John Cena versus who else is on? There's probably more that I'm not thinking. But yeah, give me some of that. Oh, yeah, give me all those. Give me everybody I said. Give me all of that. Weekly wrestling from John Cena. I don't care. I don't care. John Cena wins all those matches. Give it to me I need it in my life. But so they do that, and then of course they get the upper hand on Truth, and Stillman comes in. He goes crazy on everybody. Truth comes back in, and then they're doing the choo choo train on everything. They're trying to chase JD, but JD's running away, and then our Truth got it on Finn, and he got it on Carlito, and then they finally see JD. JD's like, "Nah, I'm running away." So Braun Strowman chases after him. Our Truth is like, "Oh, I'm the man. Hey, I'm the GOAT. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" He goes in the ring. Miz is like, "Truth, pay attention." And then he turns around, shotgun drop kick by Finn Balor, knocks out the Miz. Coup de grace, 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day win. And Miz did not look happy. I'm just saying. Split him up. Split him up. It's over. That stuff is over. Split him up. Next up, more stuff from the Wyatt Six. Bo Dallas, still Uncle Howdy, and he pretty much talked about his crew. They show flashes of Abigail, of the Buzzard, of the other one, uh, Hus, Joe Gacy, Rowan, and there's another one, isn't there? Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan. Oh, Dexter Loomis. And like me, they're forgotten. And he said we're gonna not forget about them. He's like they think we're sick, and he's like if they all think we're sick, sick is what we're gonna be. So that was good stuff. And then while they're doing that, Gable, um, of course, is the target of pretty much that, and he's with Adam Pearce. He's like, "Hey, Pearce, can you help your boy along?" He was like, no, I don't want to. And he was like, but if they're targeting you, you gotta make sure you gotta tell us why is he targeting you. He's like, why is he targeting me? I don't know, man. You know what? You're not gonna handle it. I'm gonna handle my business my way, and I don't want to hear. I want to hear thank yous and apologies and no excuses when I handle it my way. So, so he does that. He leaves, and then Adam Pearce walks into the door. He opens the door. Bo Dallas just chilling there like he ain't murdered like 100,000 people. And then Adam Pearce freaking closed the door behind him. He's crazy. I'd leave that door wide open. You ain't finna kill me and kill me on the closed doors because if that happens and nobody sees it, it ain't never happened. You don't know what happened. I'm just saying. He says, I want those that no one wanted to dispose, to discard it. I gave them a purpose. There's been loss, too much, but grief is the price you pay for love. Woof. Next up, good stuff. We had Ilya Dragunov versus Bron Breakker. It was great. They did good, but it ended in a disqualification. Ilya wins by DQ. Uh, Bron Breakker grabs a chair, one of the chairs from the announce desk, and just throws it at Ilya Dragunov. That's hilarious. That's what he did to him. Threw it right at his face. Good stuff. Um, and he was taking out Ilya Dragunov, and then of course Sami Zayn comes out, checks on, tries to help out Ilya Dragunov because that's what Ilya Dragunov did to him, and we're gonna get a triple threat match at SummerSlam. Ooh, babies! Bron Breakker versus Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me some. Give it to me. Give it. So we might have two triple threat matches: Ilya Dragunov versus Bron Breakker versus Sami Zayn for the IC title. Right. Walk with me here. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Yes, please. Gunther versus Damian Priest. Yes, please. uh, Solo versus Cody Rhodes, WWE title. Yes, please. We're gonna probably get some. Give me some of that. Uh, Jacob Fatu versus uh, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Either one. Yes, please. We like those. LA Knight versus Logan Paul, yes, please. Giving us some Bailey versus Nia Jax. We like those. In another match for a women's title that we're gonna might talk about in a little second. That we don't things happen. So so pretty much Braun Breaker beat up Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov threw him and stood tall with all those muscles. He got a new theme song too, I didn't really hear it the first time on at the pay per view, but good stuff. We like all of those. And Dragunov's knee was bleeding, so that was crazy. Next up, there was a damage control thing that happened backstage. They were backstage doing a promo, and they were pretty much uh, like we so Io Sky first was like damage control is falling apart. Something has to change. She said it in Japanese. Dakota Kai was like, everybody's disrespecting us. Nobody's giving us the time of day. Nobody. We are the measuring stick. We're the greatest. We're the goats. Tag team champions multiple times, world champion. We need to get respect back, put on our name. And then Kyrie said that they're going to take out Lyra Valkyria, pluck the feathers out of Lyra Valkyria, take out Kaden Carter and two, and just let them know that damage control, we're the best. We're number one. And not Dakota Kai, Io Sky again in Japanese says damage control got to change. So in my mind, I was like, oh, so Dakota Kai is going to take this pin and they're going to jump her out of damage control, and they're going to add Gilia. I think his name is Gilia. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know I've seen her wrestle. She's great. She's fantastic, and she's a savage. But I think it's Gilia. They're going to add her, and it's going to be great stuff. And there's going to be them trio with Asuka, and then Dakota Kai might, she's going to cry, but it's going to be okay. That was my game plan. But no, another game plan which was good stuff. They win. Damage control actually wins. I think they was beating up them. Io Sky hits it over the moonsault because they grabbed it together over the moonsault for the win, and then in a great twist that we like to see, Sylvie Stark, Shayna Baszler, and my girl Sonya Deville beat down damage control. They take them out. Zoe Stark was not happy. She said, "You ruined." She was talking about specifically to Io Sky. She said, "You ruined everything for me." And she takes her out. They do a thing. The thing where they did the over the thing, knee to the face. This is what I like in my life. This is what I need in my life. The women's division is cooking right now, and now that tag team division is even better now because Sonya Deville just made Shayna and Zoe go from zero charisma, zero riz. And that's crazy saying that's something from Shayna Baszler, who I love. I love me some Shayna Baszler. Her NXT run, I think top three NXT women's champions. She might be number two. Roxanne Perez right now is cooking with her NXT run. I think Roxanne would probably be at least she would probably be number two right now if her one reign. I think she's top five. We got to see what happens with this reign, like how her reign's going to finish. But I think if Roxanne's one reign after like she beat Mako and she didn't, because I think Roxanne would still be NXT Women's Champion throughout this whole time if she didn't get whatever happened, she didn't get injured or sick or whatever like that. I think she would still, in her reign, after she beat Mandy Rose, I think she'd still without a second reign be NXT Women's Champion. I think she would still be champion. I do. But I think Asuka I think Asuka still has the best reign. She had like 500-day reign, one reign for 500 plus days, and she didn't even lose it. She dropped. She she gave the title away. Like you can't beat that. Everybody else is lost. She's the only person. Oh well, and Paige. I lied. Paige relinquished hers too, but Paige, she was the first. She had some good defenses, but what Asuka did, she was beating everybody. You thought that, oh, she might leave? No, I'm winning. Oh, she's actually got drafted? Oh, so she's going to lose to Ember Moon, right? No, I'm winning. I'm the best. She also might be top 5 NXT of all time. She might not just be, like, she's number 1 NXT Women's Champions. She might be top 5 NXT people that come out of NXT, like, of all time, honestly. Gotta think about it, but she up there. But yeah, but if you keep the Kodokai around and you expand damage control, I think you expand damage control. But it will be interesting to see because like Shayna Baszler probably should be like when you think about them, like especially for the NXT, like her NXT allows going back to her NXT run when she had Marina and Jessamine Duke by her side, and she was just running around murdering everybody on that division. Like that's how this is how this should be. Like it should be like her number one, and then Zoe and Sonya like the tag team. Like that's how it should be. Like she should just be murdering people. But it's now but it's like Sonya Deville, which fits her well, but like she be number one and Shayna second to Sonya. It's just weird for me in my head to see what Shayna Baszler was to have her second to anybody in the faction. It doesn't, my brain doesn't compute. But I love Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville's great, and I'm glad that um, they're gonna kick that women's division, that tag team division up another notch. Because on SmackDown you got Jaden, Bianca, after they just beat Candice and the other one, saying that they want those titles back. And now you got the champs who just interrupted the people who just damage control who wants the title shot. Uh, I guess Sonya or whoever the tag teams are going to be, probably Shayna and Zoe is up here now, going to be in that top spot. This is why I would prefer Shayna as the number one person because Sonya Deville, I love Sonya Deville, but I wouldn't see her as world title, especially when you got Liv in Liv, Rhea's coming after Liv. Zelina Vega's up there right now. Sonya Deville, I mean, she could fit in it, but you don't think that she's gonna win. Shayna Baszler, the way she is, there's a slight slither chance that she could be up in that main event scene, especially what she did at Bloodsport already, the stuff that she just did in NXT that she probably should have won, but we're not going to talk about that. Got a little advice though because she killed it. So I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But they're saying that Damage Control thought that was unbeatable. Nah, we're the goats. And now we're going to prove it. And then, of course, the tag champions are like, no, we're the champions. So that means we run Raw. You don't run Raw. We run Raw. We're the champs. We're the ones that run Raw. So out of there. So they was like, yeah, whatever. So that's going to be good stuff now. The women's division now. It's kind of cooking. I ain't going to hold you. Karrion Kross does a message to Xavier Woods saying, John Cena knew his time was up. A New Day, your time is also up. Yeah, Zoe Stark said, you cost me everything. Kicked her. That's crazy. Sane almost died because there was a thing where Io went to catapult her over the ropes when she was taking out Lyra and Katana, and her foot, one of her foot, almost hit the ropes, but she kind of played it wellish. She kind of overshot it though, so I mean it was all right. So next up, the final thing. So the whole show, uh, they talk about Dom Mysterio does not want this match. with Liv Morgan. So Adam Pearce was like, well, it was Liv's idea. She thought she would love it. Plus, Ray and Linda said it was already a good idea, so they agreed. So fuck it, pretty much. And he was like, so she leaves. Liv Morgan goes, oh, daddy down. He's like, oh, kill me now. It's like, what? Why? I don't want to team with you. Leave me alone. I don't want no parts of you. Like, well, I did it because Well, he said he was like, because I know you don't like your dad. He's like, I just want to do it to get rid of my deadbeat. But it's like, yo, that's what I did for you. I felt so bad for what happened last week. So I wanted to make it up to you so you can get at your deadbeat dad. He was like, fine, whatever. But I hope there better be some chicken nuggies, some chicken tendies. And she was like, oh. So they leave. Well, so they go backstage, and I think they're back. So they're off, and I think so. Judgment Day is about to have their match with the Six. Seth Rollins pulls up. And we're like, hey, can we talk? He was like, yeah, we're good. We talk alone. We're Gucci. So he sends them on their way. He said, I'm good. Don't worry about it. And Seth Rollins pretty much was like, hey, I'm a man of my word. I'm not going to come after you while you're world champion. Everything is cool, with us. He said at Money in the Bank, you got very lucky, because you ain't kicked out, and we all saw it. But you're also very good. You earned my respect, so I'm a man of my word. He was about to leave. Damien Priest stops him. He was like, hey, coming from you, that means a lot. And he said, the stipulation part, throw it out the window. Fuck it. Uh, he's like, I want to prove that I am the best. And he said he said he didn't prove it. He's like, you got lucky. It's a whole bunch of interference that happened, and you didn't get pinned. So after I take out Gunther, you want another shot? You got it. Seth Rollins shakes his hands. He was like, hey, I appreciate it. He was like, but you was lucky at Money in the Bank. SummerSlam, you're gonna need way more luck to beat Gunther, because that man is a problem. So good babyface thing for Damian Priest. Uh, and then while he's leaving, he gets a phone call. Hello? Hey, yo, where you at? Oh, okay. You on your way. All right. Who he on his way? Who's on their way? Who we talking about right now? I don't know, but Dominic Mysterio back in the clubhouse playing some video games, and Liv Morgan was like, hey, I think we gotta do some double team work, strategize a little bit. She's like, double team moves? I don't even want to tag with you. There's no double team moves. She was like, I'm just saying, we gotta be on their A game to, help you beat your dad. So then she puts the controller down, sits him down because he's trying to back away from her, and she's doing this move or the stretch on his thigh, has his up kind of like in a triple, to do the Triple H and Trish Stratus thing where he's trying to show how to do a move, but he gets caught in HD. He's doing that, and she was like, don't. And then he was like, oh, wait, hold up now. I'm kind of feeling this. She's like, yeah. I said, I told you. Like, oh yeah, that's good. And then Damian Priest walks in. He just kind of looks. He's just smiling. And then Finn and JD popped their head in through the wall. It was like, hey, he said something in Spanish, and they kind of all look. He's like, ah. And then Carlito comes in. He was like, that's cool. And then Liv is just laughing. He's like, well, hope you feel better. Get ready for later, dirty. For later, daddy. And she's leaving, and then he was like, hey, what are you doing? Damien Priest like, yo, what is wrong with you right now? He was like, and he goes, he's like, I'm trying to. I'm trying to tell. He was like, it's not. He's like, I don't understand what's so difficult about this. He was like, you said her like you don't want to do it. It's like it's not that hard. And then Carlita goes, I don't know. It looks pretty hard to me. Yo, you gotta go. You got. That was hilarious. No, that was funny. He said you look pretty hard to me. And then Dom was like, "Oh, hey," he was like, "You sound like my dad." And then Damien Prince was like, "No, sound like your dad." He was like, "No, I don't sound like your dad." He was like, "I'm trying to." He's like, "I'm actually starting to understand what your dad's out here talking about." It's like it's not even just him; it's him and Finn. Was like, "Yeah, nigga, you tripping." He was like, "Yeah, we kind of on Ray's side right now because you out here bugging in these streets because you bugging." He's like, "I'm gonna fix it. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it." So he leaves. And then Finn Balor was like, "Hey, anyways, though, what you got to tell? What was that surprise you said?" He was like, you know what? Don't worry about the surprise. I'm keeping in my back pocket, and Dom is you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today. No, he gonna learn. Oh, when he said he gonna learn, he meant he gonna learn today. He gonna learn today." And then they do two video packages with Damian Priest and Gunther. They're both very good. Gunther is saying that he didn't need WWE. WWE needed him because that roster it wasn't cooking. But when I got here, when I stepped in, I got it to cook. Longest reigning UK world champion, longest reigning Intercontinental champion, King of the Ring. I'm the man. I'm gonna win that title at SummerSlam. I'm bars. I don't think it's good. I don't think this is before I get to the main SummerSlam. SummerSlam 2024 is August 3rd. That is next month. 1 month from now. August 3rd, right? SummerSlam. Bash in Berlin, in Germany, in the home country of Gunther, is August 31st. August 31st. So after SummerSlam, that's 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks. Instead of saving it for SummerSlam, you get a big hometown pop in your home country in Germany, and then you could tell the story again, like Damian Priest. Hey, people keep doubting me. I beat Drew McIntyre in his home country, or his home country in Scotland. It's going to be the same thing. There's going to be no difference when I beat you in your home country, like I just beat you at SummerSlam. And you got that little, not the big doubt, but you got the little, like that's much doubt right there. That's the amount of doubt you got, like right there. Amount of doubt you got that Damian Priest might actually somehow, some way, in some world, pull out the upset where he beats Gunther in his home country, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think at Bash of Berlin, they're going to crown Gunther World Heavyweight Champion. And this is where, walk with me. Just walk with me. Walk with me a little. Gunther wins, right? What's happening on Netflix on Raw? John Cena. John Cena said he has a year. What if John Cena? I'm just saying. You get that 17th title, give it to him. Fuck it. Give it to him. Give it to him at Royal Rumble. Give it to him at Royal Rumble. Well, August, September, October, November, December, January. So Gunther holds it for 5 months. Give it to John Cena. He gets his 17th world title, and it's like one of the titles he ever had because, well, he also never had the Universal title, but that's not a title anymore, so it doesn't matter. So I have he would have the iteration of not all titles because he wasn't Universal Champion, but I guess they blended it together, so I guess it'll count technically. But WWE Champion, World Champion, all the iterations of it, plus this world title, the World Champion, 70 title, faces Gunther at WrestleMania, drops it back to Gunther. I'm just saying. And that would give John Cena, John Cena, he likes his open challenges. He's like, fuck it. I'm world champion. Give me open challenges. And then he would be the one that would have open challenges and have different people every week. like a you know uh like a Jey Uso to come out, hey, maybe they might do a CM Punk one week. They might do a CM Punk. They do, all these different names. Finn Balor does it one week. Dirty Dom does it one week. Uh, whatever. Sami Zayn does it one week. You go back to that thing like we did with the U.S. Open Challenge. You do that. Sami Zayn. You could do so many different things to get out of John Cena to him wrestling every week or close to every week. It'd be fun. You do, and then at the pay per view, because it's what money in the or not whatever that pay per view is going to be. Uh, 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 the one between that and WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber. You do Elimination Chamber Open Challenge, and then it's like, then you do the big. That's when you do the big guns. The big guns. You do like Drew McIntyre, or that's when you can do like Drew McIntyre. You could do CM Punk. You could do Seth Rollins. You could do any of that. Do any of those open challenge for that at a PLE. I'm just saying. And then you do Gunther at Mania. Gunther goes over. He beats John Cena at WrestleMania, and then he keeps going, does whatever else he does throughout the rest of the year. That's what I say. That's what we like those. But then we get to the main event. It is Dirty Dom and the world champion Liv Morgan versus the WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio and La Boricua La Chancra Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega. Good match. I really enjoyed it. Um, Back and forth stuff. There was a spot where Liv Morgan was on a corner, and Zelina Vega was going to do a Bronco Buster on Liv, but Dom gets in the way. Was like, I don't do that. No, no. And then he turns around, and then he gets one of those step toe holds or drop toe hold from Rey Mysterio onto Liv Morgan's her punani, and he was there for a couple seconds, and he got something like, hey, whoa, 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 and then and then Liv was like, no, it's okay, I don't mind, it's fine, don't do. It was me, hey Panini, don't you be the meanie, hey, I'm just saying. That was me. I would have been there for a couple extra seconds, extra minutes. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's Liv Morgan. Have you seen Liv Morgan? I'm just saying. Anyways, so that was a fun spot. And then, yeah, good tag match. And then in the end, though, Zelina Vega gets taken out. Uh, Liv Morgan grabs a chair and she slides the chair through the ring. So the ref tried to take it out, and then Liv gets on the top rope, messes with the ropes, nuts on the ropes, and he goes down. And then same thing that pretty much happened last week, this week, but it in reverse, and it helped Dom this time. Last time she was on the ropes, it helped. It didn't help because he was about to do the splash, and he gets 619, and then he loses. This time it helps. He goes down, frog splash. Shout out Eddie Guerrero, his true daddy, with the mustache and the mullet and the frog splash and the 1, 2, 3. Dom's so happy he finally beats Rey Mysterio. Oh, speaking of Eddie Guerrero, he hugs Liv Morgan, and he's like, "Oh no, I didn't mean to hug him. I wasn't into that." And then Liv Morgan jumps on Dom Mysterio. He kind of has her down, and they're kind of in this intimate position. And just after all these months of Dom Mysterio not giving in to the peer pressure, he's like, "I'm resisting." He finally looked in the eyes of Liv Morgan, because that's what every time I look in the eyes of Liv Morgan, I said, "Woo, Jesus, take the wheel." He finally locked eyes with Liv Morgan, and it looks like he was about to go into for the kiss. This is my brutality! Woo! Like he just seen a ghost. Oh, Liv Morgan was out of there. She was out of there faster than Jay Uso was out when the Wyatt Six came out. Oh, she was not with it. The mommy returns. Rhea Ripley returns. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley probably at SummerSlam. Babe. And then she chases, not really chase. She didn't really chase after Liv Morgan. She kind of focuses on Liv Morgan a little bit. And then she focuses on Dom Mysterio. This poor little puppy, Dom Mysterio, who, as soon as she got in the ring, Don was like, that was like one of those little puppy dogs that when you know you did something wrong and your owner comes back and she sees and she looks at you, you kind of like, I don't want to look at your eyes. Your eyes don't know what to do. And then Rhea just puts her head up, mommy's back. And then Dom tries to go for the hug. Rhea Ripley said, Heisman, nah. Get that out of here. We don't want those. Pushes them away. They leave. That ends the show, but at the end of the show, it's pretty much exactly China and Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero's or Dom Mysterio's begging. He's on his knees. I'm sorry. I bet he wish he had his dad now. I bet he wish he had that help from the dad now. And then they did a backstage thing where Damon Priest was backstage laughing his ass off. They're like, hey, living your life. So yeah, that was the show. Liv Morgan is definitely healed. Finn Balor is definitely going to be turning heel too with JD. They're definitely going to cost Damian Priest that world title, but I don't think it's going to be at SummerSlam. I think it's going to be a thing where there's going to be a thing where he comes out at SummerSlam, and they try to maybe make it seem like they're helping get the title off of Priest, but somehow slid in. I think that's how they're going to get to the match at Berlin. I think it's going to be a rematch because they're going to try to make it seem like Judgment Day is not helping Damian Priest, but somehow, some way, at the end, Damian Priest still gets that win, and then Damian Priest is like, "Yo, my guys, what the fuck was that?" And then Berlin, then they're going to do the same thing, except they're going to actually cost Damian Priest. I think that'll be the end of Judgment Day. Finn and JD is going to go tag along with Liv Morgan. They're going to have their own Judgment Day. I don't know if they're going to change their name because there's a lot of things that's been going on where again, the Judgment Days, their focus was on Liv Morgan, it was on Finn Balor, and it was on AJ Styles. So again, there could be a little thing where it's like, hey, we have an opportunity. We said before we got to figure a way to. Maybe this was their plan all along. Hey, they said we're going to figure out a way to take out the Judgment Day. I got it, and it kind of makes sense too because Finn Balor brought in JD. He brought in JD, and he kind of got everybody to be by his side. Be like, hey, JD, he's good peoples. And everybody was like, nah, he's not good people. And then everybody else kind of softened to him. And then finally, Damian Priest softened to him. So he's in. Rhea's out. This perfect thing for Liv to, try to get in, try to get Dom. I don't think she really likes Dom or really cares about Dom. I think, again, she's really just using Dom. And I think they're going to do a thing where I don't think Damian Priest and Dom is going to be. I mean, unless they want to do the thing where they go back and forth with the tag titles, and Damian Priest and my boy wins the tag titles, and Dom Mysterio wins the tag titles together, something like that. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, it's interesting to see what happens with that. I said I was going to go an hour long, but here I am going over an hour long. But it's just so many good stuff to go on with that. But that was the show. Tell me what you guys think. Did you like the show? Did you not like the show? I'll see you hopefully tomorrow for NXT. I'm out.